Hey, what's up guys? It's your girl Candace J, and today I'm going to be taking you through the process of how I started my business. I will be telling you the business resources that I've used, the supplies that I use and where I get them from, how I do my marketing, how I do my shipping, where I get my vendors from, how I've gotten my vendors, like vendor websites, vendor lists, manufacturing website, only one that I use, so I will be giving you that one. And I will tell you trade shows that you should go to if you have the time to go. And I also will give you drop shipping websites that I know that other people have used. I have no interest in drop shipping. I don't drop ship, but I know people who do, and I will also give you that information. Only started with about $1,000, and it was probably a humbling experience because when I started, I did not know half of the shit that I'm about to tell you right now. So let's get into it. So I have my notes right here with everything that I want to tell you. So the first thing we're going to talk about is business resources and supplies. The first thing I did was register my business with New Jersey. Now, if you really want to take this online business seriously, you need an EIN number. So basically an EIN number is like a business's social security number. That's how you register with vendors. That's how you register with wholesalers, etc., so that you have access to all these resources that I'm about to tell you. So how I got my business license, I went to the state's website in New Jersey, because I live in New Jersey. I went to their official website. It is nj.gov, www.nj.gov, and I just went to their Division of Revenue section, and I registered my business for $135. That's how much I spent. I registered my business in 2017. So that's how much it cost when I registered my business. I don't know if it's changed or anything like that. I don't know how much it is in other states, but I know different states it differs. So after I registered my business, I started to brainstorm what type of logo I wanted, what's gonna be like my brand aesthetic, etc. My brand is an Afro Bohemian clothing and accessory store. So I wanted to be luxurious looking, free-spirited, Afrocentric. So my logo, I made it myself. I used PowerPoint. I downloaded a font from thefont.com that I really like. It's called Pacifica Condensed, and I made my logo with that. I don't think you need to pay anybody to do a logo for you. You could create it yourself. There's so many resources online that you can use to make a logo, like Canva, Photoshop. Photoshop is not free, but that's also another tool for making your own graphics. You could also make it on PowerPoint if you would like, and etc. There's so many apps that you could use. The supplies, most of my supplies, I got them from either Amazon or Etsy. I got my printer from Amazon. I got my flyers and business cards made on Vistaprint. What else? My tags, mailers, earring holders, note cards. I got those made at Etsy. So there's a lot of different small businesses on Etsy that provide affordable printing options for your business, and they do them well. I create my content using an iPhone, depending on what iPhone I have at the time. I make videos. In the beginning, I took pictures with my iPhone. But now I use either a Nikon or a Canon to take pictures. I also edit with either Canva, Lensa, or Photoshop. Where I get my models, I outsource my models from Instagram. So Instagram is a big way how I find my freelance workers. People are always looking for jobs. Models are always looking for new gigs, especially amateur models that need a start. Maybe they need some headshots, need some photos, some experience. I usually work with beginners, and it also helps them have photos for their portfolio. As far as Google Ads, Facebook, Instagram marketing, I used all of those. I use influencer collabs. I've collabed with at least 20 influencers in the span of 3 years. I use Etsy ads also because my web host is Etsy. I have my website with them, and I have Etsy store. They're connected, so I run my ads through them most of the time. My SEO strategy is very complex. When I did it myself, it wasn't done right, so I paid a specialist to fix my SEO optimization on both my website and my Etsy store. And I also have a social media manager now, but in the beginning I was managing all my own socials. I still create my own content. I still create my own captions and make my own videos and edit my own pictures and take my own photos. I am the photographer for majority of my shoots. I've only worked with 3 photographers in the span of 3 years, but every picture, at least 80% of my pictures are taken by me. So if you do know how to take pictures, you do not need to pay for a photographer in the beginning. Save as much money as you can. Save. So shipping. I ship with USPS because it's the most affordable option for me and for what I'm doing. But there's people who use FedEx, there's people who use UPS. I don't ship internationally just yet because it's really expensive, and a lot of companies don't offer the discount rates if you're not selling more than like 100 packages a day. I strictly just ship domestically, and I charge about $9 for shipping because a lot of my clothing is heavy, but $9 is not too crazy, and my customers don't complain about it, so I'm happy about that. And I ship UPS priority mail, so it takes 3 to 5 days on average for my customers to get their items. But because of COVID, it's been taking customers to get their stuff like probably 14 days, 2 weeks for them to get their things because of what's going on. And I don't know what's going on at USPS, but if you're a customer watching this, it's not my fault. I shipped your stuff on time. Processing is 1 to 3 days. If I have a lot of orders on that day, it's not gonna get shipped out the same day. But if I don't have that many orders on that day and I get a couple of orders, I usually ship them out the same day. I have time to package them before the postal office closes and drop them off. Trade shows are very important. Not everybody's able to afford to go to trade shows because some of them are very expensive. But if you do have the funds to go and you want to find the best vendor for you, trade shows are the best way to actually be able to see, touch, and feel things before you purchase it. There's 4 trade shows that I have on my list that I think everyone should go to at least once. The Atlanta Clothing Trade Show, the New York Fashion Trade Show, and I'll give you a website where you can find all the types of trade shows that you're looking for, and it's called www.startupfashion.com. So, vendor websites. Now, majority of people cannot go to trade shows, so people use vendor websites. Now I'm going to be telling you these websites, and I'm actually going to log on to the website and show you what type of vendors they have, and you'll have a sneak peek of the different vendors. So I won't be putting each vendor in the description because I actually want people to watch the video and actually engage and see what I'm trying to show them. So there's 3 websites. One is LA Showroom. LA Showroom has a lot of vendors. A majority of them are located in LA, but I think some of them are located in other parts of the US. LA Showroom is great. They have really good vendors, but they also have some vendors on there that's not so great. You have to find that out on your own. When you're finding your vendors, it's a hit or miss. Like, you have to look at reviews. When you buy something, immediately check it. Check the sizing, check the fabric, check for stains, check for rips, etc. If you find anything, you need to call them within that second. Some of these vendors, they have their own policy. Some vendors, they'll charge you to return things, etc., etc. if you wait too long to bring to their attention about an item that is damaged or etc. So please, when you do buy from these vendors, as soon as it comes in the mail, check. Don't wait. Check, make sure everything is good so that you don't have any issues with returning, getting your money back, or exchanging. The second website that I use for vendors is fashiongo.com. I love FashionGo. I think that they have a lot more trendier vendors on there. LA and FashionGo do have the same vendors, but then they also have other vendors that both websites don't have of each other. I don't know if that makes sense. But FashionGo, I do find a lot of trendier vendors that I like to use. Just like LA, there are some vendors that you probably don't want to buy from, and you will know those vendors when you go on the reviews. People will literally tell you the tea right under their store description. Another website that I've used before, also a hit or miss, I think more of a hit than miss, is Orange Shine. Most of these vendors are coming straight from China, so the sizing is all off, like all off. I've returned a couple of things from Orange Shine. Excuse me, I'm getting tongue-tied. But there are also vendors on there that are good. So like everything, things are hit or miss. You just really have to do your research, read reviews, etc. Of course, people use AliExpress. I don't use AliExpress, but I know a lot of people who do. AliExpress has a lot of vendors, a lot. I personally would like to visit Asia one day so I could go and see these vendors for myself, because AliExpress is just not secure enough for me, because everything looks great in the picture, but then when you get stuff in the mail, it's not looking too right, and I will get pissed off. So this is an alternative way to get your vendors. You can either go on Etsy, or you can either go on Poshmark. There are designers on Etsy and Poshmark that would sell their pieces wholesale to you. Mostly on Etsy. Poshmark is rare because most of the people selling stuff on there are selling used things. But if you are a boutique, a consignment boutique, then Poshmark would be something that you should look into. And then with Etsy, you'll find a lot of local designers, private designers, overseas designers that make really unique stuff, and you can message them and ask them to purchase it wholesale and ship it to your address, and then you can sell it to your audience, your customers. So I really think that there's a lot of resources out there to finding vendors. You just gotta do a lot of research. You can also buy vendor lists from different people. I've only purchased like 3 vendor lists in my whole business career, so I'm not a vendor list person. I'm more of a go on Google, research, purchase, and then if it works out, it doesn't, or if it doesn't, then okay, go ahead, go do your research, get up off your ass and go do your thing. Peace. Bye.